Okay, 2 more steps left. Now we are going to create a sheet with all of our different drawings on it. So to do that, in my project browser, I'm going to scroll down till I see sheets, and then I'm going to right click, new sheet. I'm going to use E1 30-42. If you don't have this title block loaded in, you might have to go and load it in yourself through the US Imperial options. So in where we get all of our other different parts, there are title blocks that we can load in, but I am going to use this defaulted one. I'm going to click OK, and now I've got nested in my sheets. I have sheet A0 or A101 unnamed, and I'm going to right click it, rename. I'm going to leave it sheet number alone, and for name, I'm going to name it presentation. Now, we need to make sure that our elevation markers for what the instructions are saying aren't showing up, which they might have gotten cropped out when we cropped our views. So if I go to my floor plan view, none of those little house markers are there anymore, because when I cropped my view, I cropped them all out. But if any of them are showing on yours, you can just right click on them, hide in view, category. Now you will have to do that on all of the different floor plans, but if you did crop them out when you just moved your crop region in, then you don't have to worry about that necessarily. So to add our different views, I'm going to go back to my sheet. Oops, I'm renaming it. Double click to go back to it. And I'm just going to drag and drop my views in. So I'm just going to drag level 1, and then it'll give me an option to place it. Next, I'm going to drag level 2 in, and it'll also give me a little marker to let me know when I have these 2 views lined up, which I want them to be lined up so that this way I can see the relationship between level 1 and level 2. Next, I'm going to drag in my north elevation, which this won't tell me when the middles are lined up at all, but it will tell me when I have edges lined up, which I also would generally like to do. And my east elevation, which it'll tell me if I've got the same height. My section view, so I'm just going to drag, and then once I'm in the view, it'll let me kind of place it. And then my schedule. So I'm going to put my door schedule, drag, drop, which I can also expand some of these out. So let me zoom in on that a little bit. I can just drag these little markers so that this way it doesn't take up too much space. And my rune schedule. Now, within your views as well, you'll notice that they have these little kind of titles that move around with them. One thing is that if you do want to extend that line off of it, I've got to click on the view, and then I can get that blue grip to extend those lines to meet each other. If I just want to move the view title itself, I can just click on it and drag it, and I can move it. You want these to be kind of lined up with each other. One nice thing that I've mentioned before about Revit is that these view markers here then get automatically filled in with information that they need. So I know that my section is view 5 on sheet A101. I can go to view 5 and I can find that view. and I'll save.